How can there still be NDAs on a film that came out 2 years ago? So, as most of you people should know, an NDA, primarily for movies before they come out, a lot of the actors, people that worked on the movies, directors and all that, they can't spoil the movie, obviously. So there's NDAs, you can't talk about certain things. Then the movie comes out, and that's pretty much all gone. That, you know, they should be, as soon as it's released, you should be able to talk about whatever you want. That's usually how most NDAs work. Again, I'm not really familiar with them, but it just seems that's how it should be. I don't know why you would still have to have them on a movie. But anyway, with Justice League came out 2 years ago. Zack Snyder is always putting out photos on Vero. And apparently, I've heard before, is that he puts the images out in black and white. Because he's not allowed to put them out in picture and color. Because that's against, again, his NDA or his I don't know. It's just, I feel like that's really weird. The guy has given us so much information on these images that he's putting out from his cut, but it's like, oh yeah, you can do whatever you want as long as the image is black and white. That's fine, no big deal. But if you make it color, oh, we're coming after you. It makes no sense at all. But anyway, I want to talk about NDAs because you would think on a movie like Justice League, there wouldn't be any anymore. But apparently there is. A lot of journalists have been visiting the set of Army of the Dead, which that's where Zack Snyder is finishing up filming his next movie, Army of the Dead, for Netflix. A couple of these guys, we talked about Paul Shuri, and now we've got Sean O'Connell from Cinema Blend. They both went there, and they're coming back, and they're tweeting about how they learned some stuff about the Snyder Cut, and when people can like ask them what's going on, they're both like, can't talk about it yet. Can't talk about it. NDAs, can't talk about it. Can't talk about it yet. Especially Paul Shuri. I'm pretty sure Paul said, I can talk about it in a couple weeks. Two things. First off, that's a really good sign. There's an NDA about which you talked about, the Snyder Cut with Zack Snyder. And you can now reveal it very soon or in a couple weeks. That makes me believe that in a couple weeks, we might be getting that announcement date. Which would be awesome, which would be fan-freaking-tastic. That is what we want. That's why we're here. If there are NDAs on this movie, that means they have to release it. That means it's coming. And I keep on saying, you feel it, you feel it, you feel it. And to go off that, Zack puts out another Vero post today of Wonder Woman in the tomb looking at the walls. The history lesson, if you want to call it that. That we never got in the Justice League. And the guy just continues to put them out. And if he, again, I've said this before, if he didn't think that we were going to get this movie, he wouldn't be doing this. He wouldn't be teasing us. Because he knows that's wrong. That's why Zack has to know something. He has to. The studio has had to have let him know, and I've said this before, if Zack went to the studio and was like, listen, can we get this done? Can we get this put out? And the studio Warner Brothers was like, no, not happening, Zack. Then he'd be like, you know what, guys? Sorry, it's not happening. Or he wouldn't be teasing us anymore, but he continues to do it. That's why we know it's coming. You have NDAs on the movie. That's why we know it's coming. You got people that are learning stuff, journalists, who at first weren't sure if the cut even exists, and now they're all for it. Now they're learning more stuff about it from Zack himself, and now they're like, okay, guys, you know, keep the fight going. So, yeah, I mean, these are all great things for the Snyder Cut. I feel like, I said this last time, I just feel something in the air. I feel we are getting really close. And November 17th has been 2 years since the release of Justice League. 2 years. And, you know, you've got HBO Max coming out in spring 2020. I don't know, guys. All I know is I'm excited. I'm excited for weeks to come. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to express the enjoyment, and I cannot wait to watch this movie with you guys and to talk about it, and so we can say we got it. We finally did it. The movement won. But also, to go off that, here's another problem that WB is faced with releasing the Snyder Cut. If they release the Snyder Cut, right, and they kill it, it's the movie is amazing. Everyone loves it. It makes all this money. They're gonna have an issue on their hands, because now you know what the next movement's gonna be after that is bring back Zack, which they should. They should have never let Zack go to begin with. I don't know if that's a problem. I don't think it is. I love Zack Snyder. I would love for him to continue his vision with the DCEU, finish it off. You do your Justice League movie, and apparently I think it was a 5-movie arc. Then you give us 2 more movies, and you can be done. Be like, okay, do whatever you guys want now. I'm good. That would be awesome. So that's going to be the problem that W is going to be faced with once they release this movie. Is now people are going to be like, bring Zack back. Unless it's a piece of crap, and we're all like, wow, that was a waste of time. But anyway, guys, that's my video. Please subscribe because it helps me, and in return, I can help you. And don't forget, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, new content's coming to you from Subjective Reviews. And as always, thank you for watching.